Welcome to the Bassmaster Studios. Here, Ronnie Moore, and we are taking a couple minutes to talk to some of our Elite Series pros during this unexpected break. What are these guys doing during their off time in between Elite Series events? And one of the guys that we wanted to talk to is one of the big fish guys on the Elite Series, Lee Livesay. Captivated the whole entire fan base with an amazing catch at the St. John's to kick off the 2019 season. And Lee, I feel like you're out on the lake. That's what you do basically every single day. So tell me about today.
Doing a little guide trip, and we're catching some big ones. We just caught a 795 and two other small ones with him, and then pulled on the next shell bed and lost two really big ones. And one of them was a true giant, but good day. We need a little wind, but nice day. The sun's finally out. I'm trying to keep it out of y'all's eyes. I'm idling to my next little spot right here, and then I'll settle down a little bit, but it's going good.
Well, Lee, you obviously got to experience a lot of firsts last year, qualifying for the Elite Series through the 2018 Bassmaster Opens, getting to do your rookie season, having a momentous moment there at the St. John's River, and then obviously qualifying for the Elite Series, or for the Bassmaster Classic. Walk me through the Bassmaster Classic and what that experience was like.
Oh, it was a surreal experience for me, because that's been my lifelong dream. Like a lot of people that are watching this right now, I'm the same as everybody else. It was a pretty cool experience. You know, I felt like I was back in college playing football with the itinerary that Trip gave us for the week. But it was a really cool week, and I had a lot of fun. And I really thought I was going to make a push that last day, because I saw them in practice. I mean, I caught a 9+ in practice. And I thought I could really catch a real big mega bag, 33 plus, and it just never happened. I mean, I caught right at 22, but it was just one of those weeks that I didn't realize what it was until I was done with it. When I drove to Santee the next week to do a little scouting, it finally hit me, and I settled down a little bit.
And that's a great finish for your first ever Bassmaster Classic. On that final day, we got to do some bonus coverage with you, and when you hooked up with one, you said, if I'm gonna make a charge, if I'm gonna win the Classic, it would be right here, because there's no small ones here. Explain to me what you were doing, what your pattern was that week, and what that area was like.
Yeah, right. We're pulling up to the juice right now, so we can be ready with my hookup. That spot was actually a little transition spot going into just a big spawning bay, and there was a little bit of isolated hydrilla in a drain, but right off the main river, and a turn on it, and I was throwing a vibrating jig, and they're on a pinch nasty thumper and another vibrating jig, and they're just catching those fish that are transitioning from the main river back into a spawning pocket. But a lot of the fish I was catching throughout the week were on shell beds on the main river, needed shell, a little hydrilla, and current. And I caught a lot of fish doing that. I went through a lot of fish each day after the first day, and just the first day hurt me because the wind blew so bad and it muddied up the main river. I really feel like I could have made a push if we wouldn't have had that wind, but it messed up everybody on the main river. So it's just one of those deals that just happens, for everybody. But that was my deal, throwing a vibrating jig in either hydrilla or on shell beds. That's what I did all week.
Well, Lee, obviously what you do in your spare time when you're not on the Elite Series is a little different than a normal 9-to-5 job, and that is you being a great guide out on Lake Fork. Is it more stressful to be an Elite Series pro during competition, or making sure your clients have a great day out on the water and catch big ones?
Oh, it's way more stressful being a guide. Because, I'm the only one let down at the end of the day that if I don't catch them. But guiding, you want your clients to have a good day, and sometimes you have bad conditions. Sometimes they're not biting. Sometimes, stuff just doesn't go right. So it's way more stressful guiding. That's where I've met a lot of friends, and, most of my clients are really good friends, relationships, and I just love guiding. I won't ever quit. It's just one of those deals that I enjoy, and it's a pain in the butt sometimes, but it's fun.
Well, Lee, we obviously are going back to Lake Fork, and you were one of our guys on camera day one at Lake Fork in 2019. Give me a little bit of a preview, if you can. What will be different and what it'll be like this year at Lake Fork in that early June time period compared to early May last year when the fish were doing a lot of different things?
You're going to have, obviously, you know, we're a month ahead this year, so you're going to have a lot more fish out deep. And it's almost the week that you'll have a lot of shallow fish show back up too in the same time frame. Those fish will get out there middle of May, and they'll get beat on for a couple weeks, last couple weeks of May, first week of June, and you'll see it push back up into the hydrilla and the milfoil that's starting to mat up too. So it's that week that the lake fish is fairly small for our field size as far as deep spots go. So it's going to be a slugfest for sure. Like, you know, I think I was in like 8th or 9th or 10th or something the first day last year with 22 and change. And this time, or the first week of June, you better have 32 to be in that top 10 the first day. You know, it's going to be a slugfest. You're going to see a lot of 20+ pound bags and a lot more 30+ pound bags this year.
So no doubt in your mind, definitely going to break the century mark like we did last year. It'll just be a little different the way it gets done. You think that 114 pounds, because we only had 2 guys break 100. We had 114 for Cobb, and then we had like 102 pounds for Paquette. Do you think 114 will be broken?
For sure. I'm going to go ahead and say that 120 is going to be broken for sure.
That's impressive. So, Lee, walk me through this break. How do you keep yourself sharp and prepared? What kind of study are you doing in case we do get to go back fishing very soon?
Well, all my studying and, you know, looking up everything about the lake that I do is pretty much done as far as that goes. Now, just being on the water every day and fishing and knowing what's going on and just mentally, you know, casting and staying in fishing shape is the main deal for me. And obviously I'm doing that every day out here. So it's not a big deal for me. It's just, you know, being prepared with all of our equipment. Oh, you see it up there?
I thought they were hooked up right there, Lee. So, Lee, obviously, how can people get a hold of you if they want to come fish Lake Fork? Because you guide out there every single day or every single week that you're not on the road with the Elite Series.
You can through either of my social media outlets, Lee Livesay, Bass Elite on Instagram or Facebook, or you can email me at leeonlakefork@yahoo.com. That's the best way to get me right there for sure.
So, Lee, if you were, I'm going to put you on the spot here. If you were going to say Lee Livesay, Bassmaster Elite Series champion at, what lake would you think that you could get it done at this year? I think I kind of know what you're going to pick, but which one do you think?
Sabine River. Sabine River, no doubt.
Really? Are you pulling my leg there? Because I feel like Lake Fork's going to be one, but you don't want to maybe say it out loud. But are you really that confident with the Sabine River?
100%. That's one of my favorite places to fish. I feel like I have a better shot to win the Sabine by far because most of our guys are going to find everything on Fork that fishes small, and I definitely have a better shot at winning the Sabine than I do Fork for sure. Now, I'm not mad at Fork. You know, I'll be disappointed if I'm not in that top 10, but the deal with Fork is there's 30-pound bags, and from north to south you can bust them. But the Sabine is a different animal, and I'm confident there, and I'm confident in, you know, the tougher dirty and shallow water fisheries like that. And I really like to be away from Fork, to be honest. That's what I tell everybody. I like to compete away from here just because it's I get to look at different things, and I really enjoy the Sabine and taking chances is the big deal. You can take a chance on the Sabine and fish different areas, run long ways, and fish a few different ways than you used to there. And I feel like I got a really good chance there. You know, I could bomb too, but at the same time, I have a better chance at the Sabine River than I do Lake Fork this year.
So last question, Lee. What's it like for people at home to be a favorite on a lake that the Elite Series is going to have that pressure of that home field advantage, that home field pressure to win an event? Does that make you change knowing that there's going to be people following you a lot, or how do you prepare for an event where you're the favorite and a lot of pressure and a lot of people are going to be looking at you? Well,
after last year, and I had multiple people tell me, Cliff Prince, Brandon Card, I think Brandon came up and talked to me and was like, man, don't feel bad, because I think Cherokee is close to his house maybe. And I think you finished like 105th out of 109 at Cherokee when y'all went there or something. So I didn't feel too bad. And Cliff told me it was going to be the worst week of my life last year. And just, it's one of those deals that last year I knew the deal. And I mean, I figured out it. I mean, I had every group that at Brandon had caught I'd found, and just was hard-headed trying to do something that was a dying deal. And sometimes on these home lakes, you just got to understand just to be okay with thinking mediocre and seeing what it develops to, and fishing small instead of trying to fish the whole lake, you know. So the boat traffic and guys following me, I like that. I mean, that's not a bad thing. I don't mind that at all. So it's not that. It's just decisions that I make and techniques that I'm doing that are going to help me or hurt me. And this year I'm just going to have to settle down more and fish my strengths and fish for big ones. It's fork. You have to fish for 5+ pound fish or you're going to be in the back of the field. So I'm confident in every event, but really confident in this one, obviously, because it's my backyard. So I'm excited about it and can't wait.
Well, hey, Lee,
I need some redemption.
I don't want to take up too much of your time. I appreciate you Skyping us and talking to us while you're out on a guide trip. Tell your clients we said we appreciate it as well. You're tying knots, you're doing everything out on the lake while you're Skyping with us. So, Lee Livesay, appreciate you, and have a great rest of your day.
All right, thanks everyone. Bye.
There it is, Lee Livesay, one of the favorites on the Bassmaster Elite Series going into that Lake Fork event. But hey, he said he's confident in the Sabine River as well, and we've obviously seen some awesome high points for him. Great rookie campaign last year on the Bassmaster Elite Series.